Morning students. This video lecture is of science. Today we are going to start a new chapter and the name of the chapter is food. Where does it come from? Before starting the video, let us look at the content that we are going to discuss in this video. The contents are what is food. So basically in this part we will discuss about why we need food. Functions of food. In this part we will discuss about the importance of food, ingredients of food. This part contains the discussion that what are the items that we need to prepare our food. And then there comes sources of food. In this part we will discuss about the meaning of sources and what are the major sources of food. And then there comes types of food. In this part we will discuss about what are the basic type of food that all living organisms eat. What is food? What will happen to a car if it runs out of petrol? Yes, its engine will stop. Petrol is the fuel that burns in a car engine and supply it with energy. Similarly, our human body requires fuel and food works as a fuel for our body. If we want to function properly, if we want our body to function properly, we need to insert the right amount of fuel that our body requires. And that fuel we can get from our food. The balanced amount of fuel is required for our body to function properly. As we all know that all living organisms require food for their daily life functioning. Either it's human, plants or animals. Human gets their food from plants and animal. Plants make their own food through photosynthesis, and then there comes animals. They also need food for their daily life functioning. So basically we can say that food is basic need for every living organisms, and food is an essential part of all the living organisms. Next topic is function of food. So there are basically three major functions of food. The first one is it gives us energy. Basically food provides the energy to do the daily life functioning. Imagine what will happen to you if you skip a meal. With time you will realize that your body is out of energy, and to provide that energy you required food, because food provides the essential amount of energy for our body to do our daily life functioning or daily life activity. Second one is it provides material for growth. Food basically supplies the right amount of chemicals that our body required to grow. So it basically provides those chemical which helps our body to grow for growth. Then there comes it protects the body from various diseases and keep it fit and healthy. As we all have realized in this COVID that how important our body is for us and how important it is for us to keep it free from diseases, how important for us that we should maintain a proper immunity for our body. And we have realized that the nutrition, the proteins our body required is very important for us, because it helps our body to keep it clean, keep it free from diseases. And if we are eating properly, if we are having our meals properly, then only our body can be free from diseases, then only it can be healthy. So these are the three basic main functions of why we require food, or we can say that the importance of food. Next topic is variety of food. As we all know that we live in a country that has vast variety of culture, vast variety of cuisines in our country. There are different type of soil and climate which determines those crop. As we know that the apple grows at cold places, and we all have heard about how delicious the Kashmiri apples are, how sweet those are. Or we can similarly say that about the tea leaves we have heard about, which are found in the eastern side of our country, that is the Assams and the Darjeeling side. We have heard about how tasty that those tea leaves are. So we look at this map, we can see that this is the north Indian part where we know that what cuisine they basically have, that is roti and sabji or dal. And then there comes the western part of our country, which basically is Rajasthan, Gujarat, and we have heard about dhoklas, how much those Gujarati people love dhoklas. And then there comes the South Indian part. We have heard about how they eat rice in every meal. They have rice in breakfast, they have rice in lunch, and then also for dinner. Their food item, their basic food items which they use in every meal is rice. And we have heard about the tasty momos, that we know that the best momos, if we want to eat it in India, we can eat it at eastern part of our country. So basically we can say that in India there is vast variety of different type of soil and climate which determines basically the crop structure. There are some crops which we find, if they're find at one place, and it can't be find at the other side of the country, because the climate there is different, and in the people are different, the regions are different, so they cook different food. These factor means that the food culture is in various region of our country is different. Next topic is ingredients of food. What are the materials that you think is required to make this cake? Think and answer. Flour, sugar, milk, chocolate, and egg. Yes, these are the basic ingredient we require to make a cake. Any cake uh, doesn't need to be a fancy one, just a basic cake. For the basic cake, we require these items. This is about cake. What if we want to know what are the materials we require to make roti or chapati? We need wheat and we need water to make our chapati. What about boiled rice? We need rice and we need water to get our boiled rice. So, what are these materials? These are known as ingredients. So, basically, ingredients are materials that are required to prepare food items are known as ingredients. So, basically, all those items, materials that we require to prepare our food is known as ingredients. Now let us talk about what is the meaning of sources, or what are the sources of food. In this picture you can look that this bowl contain kheer. This bowl contains potato ki sabji. These bowl contain eggs. What are the ingredients of these? Look at this table. We can see that for kheer, what we require is milk, rice, dry fruits, and sugar. For egg, we require egg, salt, and spices that are required to make it. And then for the aloo ki sabji, we require potato, salt, spices and coriander. These all are known as ingredients. We know that we have done this previously. What are now the question is, from where does we get all these ingredients? We get it from sources. So what are sources? Sources are basically the places from where we get our ingredients. So from where we get all of these things is known as sources. Is known as sources, right? Now, if we talk about milk, from where we get milk? We get it from cow, and cow is an animal. Rice, we get it from plant. We get it from fields, which is actually a plant. Now then, dry fruit, it's part of a plant. Sugar, which we get it from sugarcane, which is also a part of plant. Then there comes egg. We know that we get egg from animals, that is hen. Then spices, we get it from plants. What about salt? From where we get salt? Think about it. What is the source of salt? From where we can get salt? We get salt from sea. We get salt from sea. Next is this potato ki sabji, that is we need potatoes, salt, spices and coriander, and all of these we get, except from salt, we can get all of these from plants. So basically, what are sources? We can say that from where we obtain our ingredients to prepare our food is known as sources. And what are the two major sources of food? That is plants and animals. These are the two major sources of food. We get all our food from these two sources. Next is type of food. What are the types of food that we eat, and or what are the types of food that we human require? Actually, we eat basically we eat two types of food. One is raw food, and the other one is the cooked food. Raw food is basically those food items which we get from nature and which we can eat directly. For example, fruits like apple, oranges, bananas, and some vegetables like carrot. These are known as raw food items. Raw food items, that is carrot. We can eat carrot also. We can eat strawberry also. We can eat tomato also. Those food items which we can eat raw. And then there comes cooked food items. What are basically cooked food items? Cooked food items basically means those food items which we have to cook before eating them. We can't cook it raw. For example, pulses, rice, chapati. We can't eat raw. We have to prepare or we have to cook it before eating them. So what are the two types of food? One is raw food and the other one is cooked food. Now let us discuss these questions based on the video. Why do we need food? Give two reasons. So basically, we all have discussed that why we need food, because food works as a fuel for our body. It provides us the energy that is required for our body to function. It provides the energy for daily life functioning. You can answer this. Now the question is, give two reasons. So we can list different important things that why we need food. Because it provides us energy, because it helps our body to grow, because it helps our body in development, because it helps our body to keep it fit and healthy. So there are many reasons to why we need food. Then the second question is, what are ingredients? So basically we can answer this, that the materials which are required to prepare our food is known as ingredients. Done this question. Now the third question is, what are the ingredients to make? The first one is roti. So we all know how we prepare chapati. We need wheat, that is atta, and water. Right, we need both of these to prepare our roti. Then there comes sandwich. We need, what are the items that we need? We need bread, we need sauces. Sauces, what if I ask you what are the sources of sauces? Sauces are basically the puree of tomato. So we get it from tomato, which we get, the source of tomato is sources plants. Okay, and what else? You can write it down yourself. The other one is milkshake. We all love milkshake. How we prepare it? We need a glass of milk, sugar. What else we need? Now the fourth question is, what is the meaning of sources? Name some other food ingredients that are not obtained from plants and animals. So what are sources? Sources are basically the places from where we get our ingredients. Those are known as sources. And what about the next part, the second part of the question, that is, name some other food ingredients that are not obtained from plants and animals. So what are those? We can say salt. We get what is the salt source of salt? That is sea. And the other one is water. What is the source of water? Source of water is tap, well. You can also answer some, you can also give different answers. So basically this is about the video. Thank you, students. I hope you have understood the video and you have understood the lecture. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you so much.